Lord, O self, you are ever asleep, as it were. You are apparently awakened by your own energy for the purpose of becoming aware of the experiences being undergone. This energy is the attention. It's the attention which starts moving around. The attention can be at rest in itself, or it can start moving around, getting involved in notions and notions of perception. You can understand this as well as prana, the life energy, if you want to take the traditional yogic point of view, which is what's being indicated here. It is in fact that energy that comes into contact with the objects of such experiences. But on account of such awareness, you assume such experiences to yourself. So the objects are the results of the cognitive process whereby we perceive things or believe that we perceive things, and the attention gets caught up in these perceptions. On account of such awareness, you assume such experiences to yourself. In other words, we start saying, I experience this. They who have, through the exercise of the life forces, reached the aperture of Brahma at the crown of the head, perceive every moment what is past and what will be in the future in the city of Brahma, the Creator. So we're clearly in yogic territory here. We are talking about the life forces and how they can be exercised or directed. And we've got mention here of the aperture of Brahma. This is supposed to be a point several finger widths past the hairline at the top of the head. The aperture of Brahma has significance in certain visualization practices. And here we're being told that the past and the future will be made clear at this point. And this isn't the concern of self-inquiry. The past and the future only have notional value. Why should the yogi of self-inquiry be interested in the past or the future? Perhaps the purpose of this sentence is just to show how amazing this life force is. From the point of view of self-inquiry, it can be understood as the attention. It's the attention which gets caught up in notions of the past and notions of the future. O self, you are the fragrance in the flower known as the body. You are the nectar in the moon known as the body. You are the essence in the herb known as the body. You are the coolness in the ice known as the body. We've got some lovely metaphors here. The self is the fragrance in the flower known as the body. So if we think of the body as a flower, the self in relationship to this flower is the fragrance. So the fragrance is something sweet and it's invisible, but it gives a perfume. It's more immediate than the actual sight of the flower. A fragrance is somehow more immediate, more intimate. And this is how the self is with the body. It's invisible, it's sweet, and it's immediate and intimate. You are the nectar in the moon known as the body. The moon, according to Hindu mythology, is filled up with nectar by the sun. This nectar is drunk by the celestials and the immortals, which is why you see it waning until it gets filled up by the sun again. So the nectar in the moon, known as the body, here the moon is being identified with the body. The body gets filled up with this nectar. This nectar is what feeds the immortals. So it's what is immortal. not in the sense that the body or the personal identity is going to be immortal. That the notions of personal identity have to die in a sense before immortality can be reached. But the self is this immortal aspect, this eternal aspect to our being. You are the essence in the herb known as the body. So the herb is what gives flavouring, it's what gives savour. The body being a herb, the self is what gives everything its flavour. It's that by which the characteristics of all things are known. It's that which gives everything its savour. You have the coolness in the ice known as the body. Well, coolness could be understood as dispassion, or it's what allows us to stop getting overheated. It's what provides us with the possibility of equanimity. Just as there is butter in milk, there is friendship or attachment in the body. Well, friendship's a good thing, but attachment is generally not regarded as a good thing. I think we understand this as there's a tendency to want to make connections. There's a tendency to want to connect, to engage. And that's not wrong in itself, it's a question of how we go about it. You dwell in this body even as fire dwells in wood. Fire is regarded as existing within wood. When something catches fire, it's the inner fire coming out and consuming the vessel. So here it's like something latent, something hidden inside, which will eventually consume all notions of ourself. You are the light in all luminous objects. You are the inner light that makes knowledge of objects possible. It's what illumines everything. You are the strength of the elephant known as mind. You are both the light and heat of the fire of self-knowledge. So light illumines things and heat burns the impediments to self-knowledge. It burns our delusions.